welcome back to another edition of Super J Business Hour. My name is Super J Business. It is Saturday, February 25th. It is approximately 6:59 in the a.m. I want to apologize to everybody out there. I have not done a show in quite a while. It's been very difficult between work and trying to keep up with the bills and such. I do want everyone to know that I am always spreading the word via word of mouth to anybody that will listen, including walking through the grocery store, Walmart, anywhere I go. I end up talking, especially at work, at the corporate slave business called Hess, which is the gas station, which sucks every drop of my life away, but that's another story. Anyway, I could not help myself. As tired as I am, I work third shift, and I just walked in the door from working a horrible 8-hour shift, but I could not help myself but to immediately jump on and do a show. The reason for doing the show today is because our local paper, which is the Intelligencer Journal Lancaster New Era for today, Saturday, February 25th, 2012, this is what's on our front page, folks. So it is happening. And if you see there, it says clock ticking on shots rule. That's right. Students who do not have their updated immunizations are to be barred from the schools, and the deadline is nearing. And next to it, you'll see an example of right here. They've added, I don't know if you can clearly see with me holding this up, but basically they've added several new shots. I'll try to hold this up for all the viewers out there and keep talking. And as you can see, new vaccination requires. And the highlighted ones are the new ones, and all the other ones underneath are the old ones. And in essence, it basically goes on to say, the article says, they've tried mass mailings, personal letters, telephone calls, and robocalls to homes. They've run notices on their website, sent home flyers with report cards, and sponsored clinics. But apart from sending out certified letters, school officials have had little success trying to coax, that's the word they use, trying to coax, cajole, or otherwise convince parents to get their children's immunizations so that they can attend school. Then the clock is ticking. Now it goes on to say that the State Department of Health issued new immunization requirements in August, but it allowed students who lack those shots to attend school on a provisional basis for 8 months. Well, that leeway is going to expire as far as May 1st. And at that point, all schools will be required to start barring students. That's right, folks. As of May 1st in the state of Pennsylvania, if your student is not shot up with about 1 million different drugs, they will be barred from going to school, and records that they receive them from entering school. And if the ban were to be imposed today, this newspaper claims that over 5,500 public school students in Lancaster County alone would be sent home. That's one county in this gigantic state. And if you read the rest of the article, it gives numbers. It even suggests that many private and public schools will be held accountable for this, but not a single paragraph or line throughout the entire article even remotely hints that it is not a legal situation. In other words, it's illegal to force a family or a parent to shoot their kid up. If you personally choose not to immunize your kids, you don't have to. That's a law. But they word it and make you think that you have to. So my point would be this. Let's do critical thinking, which most people don't do anymore. Critical thinking tells me if my kid hasn't had the shots, he shouldn't have to worry. I should be the one worried, because apparently if the other kids all have their shots, what do they have to worry about, right? They're safe, correct? The whole point of getting all these shots is so that they're healthy and they don't get all these crazy so-called Al-Qaeda diseases. You know, I'm just being sarcastic, but get all these different problems. Listen, folks, the research has been done. I beg of you to please go to my channel, subscribe, and even if you don't like my personal uploads and the shows I do, I beg of you to go to my favorites and playlists. I've put together several playlists, and I've put together several favorites with nonstop information specifically dealing with other things, as well as the Agenda 21 and all these other things with these shots, and the fact that they cannot force you to give your child immunizations. The proof is in the pudding, folks, and once you stop listening to mainstream media and you unplug from your TV set and the typical liberal idiots running around and think they know what they're talking about, you find out very quickly that it's the kids that aren't getting immunizations and all these shots as kids or as infants. They're the healthiest ones. They're the ones with least allergies. They're the ones that get sick least amount of times throughout the year. Even Alex Jones says all the time his 3 kids are the healthiest kids in the neighborhood, and they have the least amount of trouble and get sick the least around their friends. It seems to me that everyone else is the ones that are getting sick. I've never in my life, I'm only 33 years old, and kids nowadays have more allergies than I've ever seen. I don't remember more than a handful of kids in school that had maybe one minor allergy or another. Nowadays, kids are 5-10 years old and they got 15 different allergies. These kids are allergic to air and water, damn near. That's how bad it gets, and it's just out of control. And now they have this propaganda, fear-mongering. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. It's out of control, folks. We live in a police state. You're being forced to shoot your kids up. And like I said, not even with just 1 or 2. You ready for this? New vaccination requirements for school pupils. Are you ready for this? The old ones, they already have to get, ready? 4 doses of tetanus, 4 doses of diphtheria, 3 doses of polio, 2 doses of measles, 2 doses of mumps, 1 dose of rubella, 2 doses of German needles, and then let's add some more. And on top of all that, they want you to now get 2 doses of Vicrelia, which is chickenpox vaccine or history of disease, 1 dose of some other thing that I can't pronounce, and another dose of something else I can't pronounce. So let's add up how many that is. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So that is correct, folks. You've heard it first. 22 shots per child. What about infants or kids that are 2-3 years old? You're going to give them 22 different vaccines. And keep in mind, folks, what are vaccines? Vaccines are the actual disease, or at least a part of them, that they shoot the people up with so that they can hopefully become immune to them. So in other words, half the people end up getting this stuff. Listen, folks, I understand that there are some good vaccines out there, and they're ones that are beneficial, and I'm sure that they've helped many people, including myself. However, all this stuff, it's showing, and the proof is in the pudding. Independent research, NASA, all kinds of places are doing research, and it's showing that there's a link to autism, diabetes, cancer, everything. The rate of heart disease, diabetes, and cancer alone has tripled in the last 10 years, kids and adults. And you got to wonder, and they are linking slowly but surely more and more and more and more. The link is going to these vaccines. I've spoken personally with several pharmacists. Again, I like to talk about this stuff and get the word out. And almost every single pharmacist I spoke to said the same thing. They said they will give the shots, they'll give the flu shots, they'll give you immunization. When it comes to their own family kids, they do not give it to them. You ask yourself why that is. So, folks, I got to ask, please wake up. Please, please, please get this information. They even went as far as to show at the bottom of this, if you look closely, they even show the amount of numbers of students right here in the counties, how many are missing their shots and still need to get them. It says students lacking immunization. Cocoa County, 225. Columbia, 347 people. Conestoga Valley, 435 people. Dongle County, 485 people. Elizabethtown, 300 people. Ephrata, 230. Elenco, 150 people. Hempfield County, 600 people. Lempeter Strasburg, 262 people. Manheim Central, 396 people. Manheim Township, 433 people. Penn Manor, 194 people. Pecora Valley, 96. SDL, 1,600 people. Solanaco, 7 people. And Warwick, 125 people. And I apologize if I butchered half the names of those towns. I'm a Jersey boy originally, so I don't know how to pronounce all of them. But here's the point. The point is that this is disgusting. 90% of Pennsylvania is going to get this paper and read it. I sold at least 3 dozen myself this morning. And they're going to be like my coworker who took one look at it and said, "See, I told you that you have to get your shots. It's legal. I told you." I said, "Listen, dummy. No offense. I know some people, but it gets aggravating when you know the truth and other people don't. Where does it say it's the law? See, if you read it closely, it doesn't ever say that it's illegal, but they word it in ways and use propaganda to make you believe that it is legal, and it's not legal. What about a religious right? What about Jehovah's Witness? They don't believe in blood or needles. So you're telling me that if I've been a Jehovah's Witness my whole life and I truly believe in that God, and then I am forced to go against my religious beliefs? But wait a minute, don't we live in America where religious practices are free to be practiced without persecution? Wait a minute, what happened to the Constitution and Bill of Rights? Yeah, that's right, folks. They're ripping it up, folks. They're taking your freedoms, they're taking your liberties, and they're going to put you in FEMA camps, and they're going to take your guns, and you won't be happy until all of us are slaves. And it's happening, folks. It's happening right now. The party's over. The joke is over. This has got me enraged. I cannot freaking believe that they're pulling this stunt. So please, folks, I beg of you, please wake up. Please get this video to everybody you know. Please tell everybody. Put this video on your channel. Send it to everybody you know, because we have got to wake people up. It is illegal for them to force it. I am actually going to do some research today. I'm going to try to look up the laws in Pennsylvania so that I can get the exact laws so that it's on my channel so that people know what laws to cite to say, look, it is my legal right to refuse this, and you can't tell me that I can't have my kid get an education out of the tax dollars that they suck out of our paychecks every week and they put in their pockets, and yet they do this. It's disgusting. So you mean to tell me if I pay taxes for 25 years and I got a 10-year-old kid, he can now be barred because I don't want to shoot him up with 700 different types of shots so that he has autism in 3 days or that he dies in a week? Come on, folks. It's time. It's time to get together. My playlist, my favorites, my uploads, I beg of you to check them out. Infowars.com, Prison Planet TV. God bless everyone and their families out there. Please, please, please support this man on my shirt. Dr. Ron Paul for 2012. I got to say at this point, this country is no more if he does not get in office. I don't want to hear that he's unelectable. I don't want to hear that, yeah, he's the one we need, but he won't win. Listen, you know why he's not going to win? Because you out there won't vote for him. That's right, you. You haven't voted for him, or you're not supporting him or spreading the word, or you're letting the mainstream media get in your head and tell you that he can't win. He can win, he will win, and he's going to win. We're going to vote for him, Dr. Ron Paul, 2012. That's right, not Ron Paul, not the name, Dr. Ron Paul. That's right, he's a doctor, he's a smart gentleman, he's got 30 years of not lying and stealing money. It's time to wake up, folks, and get our country back. Let's take the power back. I'm going to end with, I stand on a silent platform, fight the war, F the norm. My name is SuperJbusiness. Peace in the Middle East, peace in America, peace to all your families. God bless everyone out there. I love everybody out there. If you have any concern for your family or freedom or the future of this country, that our kids can run around and have baseball games and go and have hot dogs and be happy and trust their government again, it's time to stand up and wake up. God bless. We'll be back with another edition of Super J Business Hour. In the meantime, I'm out. Peace.